The Silver Nightmare coming to a coin shop near you. We're going to explain what I mean by that. Also, I want to touch on a little bit more about graded coins. I got a couple emails today about graded coins. Couple comments today in the last video about graded coins. People are wondering why aren't coin shops paying up for graded coins. I'm going to give my best shot at this. I can only say what we do at our coin shop, but this is not advice at all. This is not how to tell you how to sell them, not to sell them, whatever the case may be. Every coin shop is different. Remember that. We're not all the same. Let me just be very transparent about that. Right off the get-go on that subject. Want to talk a little bit about pennies as well in this video. Let's get into it. Help me out with the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We do giveaways. We're going to have a big 10,000 subscriber giveaway. There's a little bit of gold in this one. I got more stuff coming from at least one more person. As soon as I receive that, I will show it all once again, my friends. This is going to be a good giveaway. It's going to be one winner giveaway. The winner's going to be very happy. Whoever happens to win this big giveaway is going to be very, very happy. It could be you, so why not subscribe right now? All winners must be live in the United States of America. Cannot ship precious metals out to foreign countries. I apologize about that. It's the way it goes. Unfortunately. I would love to ship it worldwide. It's just too expensive for one. A lot of laws, not messing with it. Going to stay right here in the United States for the giveaway winners. So why not subscribe? Come join the fun. Come join the home team to stop them out. Let's get into it. Silver Nightmare. Right? Silver Nightmare. What do I mean by that? I've been preaching on this channel. Silver's in low supply. People laugh. I don't care if you want to laugh. If you want to laugh, that's fine. 2025 Silver Eagles. 2025 Gold Eagles. 2025 almost anything right now is getting a very short supply. Especially the Eagles. Check out channel sponsor Pimax. If you want 2025 Eagles, either silver or gold, they got them in stock now. Check them out so you don't miss out on your 2025 Silver Eagles, Gold Eagles line of coins. Let them know that Crazy Coin Shop Chris sent you. Talked to a couple different shops today. One up north, one out west. Different shops that I've talked to in the past. They said they can't get a hold of 2025 anything. And I'm talking the Eagle line. You know, I'm talking about the Eagle line. One shop did say they can get some 2025 maple still. That his wholesaler had them in stock. 2025 Eagles, not there. Gold or silver. Talk to the shop up north. They could only get 2025 Gold Eagles in the 10th ounce version. Gold only. No silver, no half ounce, no 1 ounce. They're gone. It's not trying to drive a panic, my friends. This is why Silver Eagles are going up with the premiums and prices. Cannot stress this enough. Cannot stress that enough. This is what is really going on behind the scenes. You might see in your local coin shop, Chris, don't think you're telling me the truth because I see plenty of 2025 Eagles online. Okay, right now maybe you do. Right now maybe you do. That supply is not going to be there, my friends. Once that supply runs out, it's gone. There's not the new coming in. They're running the 2026s now. I'm assuming they're running the U.S. Mint. I'm assuming they're running the 2026 now. I don't have confirmation on that. Just want to be transparent. Very transparent about that. Don't know. So moving forward, like I said, you want 2025 Eagles, you better grab them now. This is not the time to sit on the sidelines and hoping and wishing silver and gold are going to go down. Because if that happens, we're really going to see an upswing. You're really going to see an upswing on the premiums on top of it. So you're going to be paying the same price. If you sit on the sidelines and hoping And maybe silver goes back down to 40, right? The premiums are not going to stay there. The premiums will go up. That's going to drive more people into this market. And you're going to be paying about the same price. Just like we saw back in 2023. Remember, my friends, for the ones that remember, that one's been stacking since 2023. Do you remember premiums on Eagles? Didn't matter what date they were. Back in March of 2023, some places were charging upwards of $17 premiums on Silver Eagles. It didn't matter what date they were. Gold was up there too. The premiums were very, very high on gold. It's starting to rise again. I cannot send this warning out to any more than I'm having this video. I will keep you folks updated of what's going on with the premiums at the shops. Remember, we have no control. Your local coin shops, your online dealers have no control over the premiums. It is what it is. We got no control over it. And I don't know why people think coin shops are trying to rip me off here. Our prices go up. We got to pass the cost along to the public. That's how it works. I don't like it. Do I like it? No. Do I like to charge more? No. Does my owner like to charge more? No. Does Pinbacks like to charge more? No. You get the picture. But when our cost goes up, we got to raise it too. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. And this is a warning to grab them now if you're able to. So, I want to talk about pennies next. We know there's a penny shortage. We know they're stopping minting pennies in 2026. We know what Giant Eagle just done this past Saturday. You brought up to $100 face in pennies. I don't have a Giant Eagle supermarket near me. They were trading that for gift cards, double face. You bring pennies in. I saw a couple reviews online. It looks like they did very, very well. But there's probably sure a lot of people turn copper pennies in, not realizing the copper pennies are worth at least 3 cents each. We got to get the public wake up about precious metals, my friends, and I don't know how to do it. There are going to be some people going to be left. What the heck happened? Why weren't we warned about this? Let's wake up your friends. Let's wake up your family now. Share this video out. I'm looking at big tubs of pennies online that people were cashing into Giant Eagle food store. And I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, no, this cannot be happening. People have no clue what their pennies are worth. Hang on to your copper pennies, my friends. Hang on to them. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm stacking them. But I'm also selling 39s and before. I'm not a collector. You guys know how I do it. I've sent out videos about that. That's what I am doing. You know, I love going through wheat pennies. I ordered another 3,000 wheat pennies today. So I'm stacking. I'm stacking my 40s and 50s. I'm selling everything 39 and prior. People know that on this channel. You see me selling lots before. Every single Saturday, I'll bring another lot out. If someone's interested in it before, let me know. Okay? Let me know. Just email me. I'll let you know what I have available. Hold on to your pennies, my friends. Stack your nickels. Stack your nickels as well. Those are 75% copper as well. Don't give up your nickels. The abolish the penny, the nickel is going to be next. We're still looking for government guidance for what they're going to do at these stores. Are we going to round up? I think most of these stores are going to start rounding up. And if we get no government guidance, some places already said they're going to round up. Some places say if it's 1 or 2 cents, they're going to round down. If it's 3 or 4 cents, they're going to round up to then there was nickel. Now, I don't know if it's the total transaction or if it's the item itself. That's yet to be determined. We need some government guidance with this. What are these shops going to do? What are these stores going to do? Penny's going away. Not saying you can't use them in circulation still. The penny is going away. If you're paying in cash right now, highly recommend to pay with exact change. So keep your copper pennies. Use your zinc pennies. That's how you get rid of your zinc pennies. Keep a couple rolls on the side of the zinc pennies, my friends, for exact change. Have some change in your pocket, guys. Have some change in your purses, females. You're going to need it. They may not have the right change. Every penny matters. Pennies add up fast. People don't realize how fast pennies actually add up. When I see a penny on the ground, I bend over and I pick it up. I don't care if it's on tails. I pick it up. I don't believe, oh, leave it down, it's on tails. No, I pick it up. Sometimes it's copper, sometimes it's the zinc one. But you get the picture. They add up. I'm a penny pincher. I admit it. I take those pennies and I'm able to get more silver with I save them. Keep adding up. I try to shop for everything the cheapest way possible. For once, that's why I do my shopping, my food shopping. I look for the deals. That's how I do it. I can stack more that way. We can all do this. Someone made a comment. I can't remember which video it was. It was very recently, though. Once you start stacking it, and I've said this too on this channel, once you start stacking, you really start paying attention to prices at the stores. You start stacking precious metals, silver, gold, platinum. You really start looking at prices more. Saying, do I need this? Do I want this? Let me look at the flyers. Let me look at the flyers before I go out shopping. Let me put a shopping list together. And that's how I do it. And when something's on sale we eat a lot of, I stock up a little heavier when it's on sale. So I'm not out there rushing, trying to get this for supper tonight, getting that for supper. Eat what we have, right? If we're going to have chicken wings, or we're going to have steak 2 nights a week, or we have soup 1 night a week, with this, whatever the case may be. Sometimes we have soup twice a week, depending on what we have in the house. So I'll wait to stock up on a little stuff. Stock up your canned goods. I've mentioned this before when they're on sale, especially when they're on sale. Holidays are coming. Get creative this holiday season and stock up if you're able to afford to do so. But only stock up on stuff that you're really going to use and have rotation in your cupboard. You get something new. You got 2 cans of soup left. You bought 4 more cans. Put those 4 cans in the back. That's how you rotate your stock. That's what I mean by rotating your stock. Whatever's in the house first, you use that first. Put the newest stuff in the back. That's how you keep your stock rotated. I've been doing that for a couple of years. It's worked quite well for me. Worked quite well that way. So with that being said, if you folks have any questions about stocking up, email me. I'm here to help anybody in any which way. I'm not no expert. God knows that. I'm not no expert when it comes to stocking up, prepping. I don't have all the answers on silver and gold. Hey, look, I know a lot, but don't mean I'm an expert. I really dislike that word. I don't think anybody's an expert in any field, because there's always something new to learn that creeps up that I don't know. I see a new coin I never saw before. It happens. This even happens to my owner from time to time. See a new round. Well, an older round I was probably minted in the 1970s. Never seen that round this before. I remember one of my moderators sent me this silver bar. Never seen it in my lifetime. Showed my owner of the shop. Never seen it. Sent a picture to Michael at Pimbex. He never seen it. So there is some stuff that somebody's not going to know a lot about. It's rare. How many were minted? Which we were trying to figure that out. Annie Oakley's shown that 10-ounce hospital bar on her channel. I've shown that in my channel on my post page. Some people have seen it. A lot of people haven't seen that one. There's a lot of rare silver out there. Okay? There's a lot of rare silver out there that, we don't see a lot. First time I've seen that one that Annie has. Check out her channel too, my friends. I'll post another link to her latest video. She's in the cornfield. Check her out. Let her know that Crazy Coin Shop Chris sent you. It's okay to call me crazy, because I am. Crazy in a good way, though. Just remember that. Not in a bad way. In a good way. I'm crazy. I want to talk about graded coins. Real quick. People ask me, why isn't my coin shop paying up for graded coins? The answer right now, basically, what it is, there's not a lot of retail buyers out there for graded coins. Graded coins get a big knock, for one. People are worried about the stacks. Have we lost the collectors out there? Maybe. I don't think so, though. There's still collectors out there. Okay, we are, are you a collector? You gotta ask yourself this, are you a collector, more of a stacker? Maybe both, right? And I've said this before. If you can pay $2 or $3 over for a graded coin that you can get raw, why not spend that extra cash? Because I do think this market will come back. What I would like people to do is, and you don't need really an eBay account to do this. If you have an account, okay, maybe make an account. Even if you're not going to sell or buy nothing on eBay, just make yourself an account. You have a graded coin. Look at sold listings. And how you find that is, you type in saying on the coin. Okay? Struck at West Point Mint 2022 W, West Point Mint, Silver Eagle, first day of issued 2022. You're going to see something that pops up like this. On the upper, not the top upper right hand corner, but somewhere right along with that search engine is, you're going to see advance. Go to advance. Another screen will pop out. Go down to sold listings. Hit sold listings and hit search. Everything in the last 90 days will pop up. Maybe if it's not sold a lot, it will go over 90 days. That will give you an idea of what people on eBay are willing to pay for it. So whatever it's sold for, whatever it's sold in that green numbers, that means it's sold. Because you're looking at sold listings. Let's say it's sold for $70. Keep in mind, eBay is going to keep 15% of that. So you're going to really knock off 15%. That is what we look at when we need to research something at the shop. We use eBay a lot for prices. We also use the gray sheet, which is a dealer's sheet of what they're saying the coin is worth. Sometimes they're close. Sometimes they're way off. Sometimes people bid too high on eBay. Got to keep that in mind. Sometimes people get into a bidding war with each other the last few minutes and really ramp up that price and actually paying too much for that coin. So just because something sells for $100, $150, that does not necessarily means that's what that coin's worth. Okay, that's what someone's willing to pay that day. But compare other listings, search for it, see what people are asking for it. You can ask for whatever you want for it. It does not mean it's going to sell. You got to look at sold listings. Remember, eBay's an auction. Sometimes you get better days on auctions. Sometimes when you send it to a major auction house, you get two bidders going at each other's throats, bidding each other up. And two people really want that same item. That could be really outpriced for everybody else, and it's really they're paying more than the item is worth. It don't have to be coins, it could be anything. But you get the idea, what I'm trying to say here. On a good day, you might have a good day. So where do you go when you see something that sold for like $70, $70, $70, $70, $65, $62? You get an eyeball out there at $105, and the coin shop comes and offers you right around spot for it. Well, remember, the coin shop's got to make a little bit of money too. 401. How long is that coin shop? The coin shop's he or she's probably thinking, how long am I going to sit on this coin for? Yeah, you can sell it yourself on eBay. That's one thing. You can sell it at a flea market. That's two things. Sell them at the flea markets. Remember, you're only getting your local people in your local area going to that flea market, yard sale, whatever the case may be. eBay's got a little bit more widespread of an audience. Now, you're going to be choosing if you want to ship it overseas or not. I recommend staying within your own country. So if you live in the United States, only ship to the United States. There's a lot of different paperwork you got to fill out. And remember, over $600, I do believe, if you don't have paperwork that when you bought it, you threw it away or you lost it, you're going to have to pay taxes on the money, that everything over $600 on eBay. Keep that in mind. If you got paperwork to back it up, say, okay, I only made $5 off this. Okay, you can send that to Uncle Sam, and it will divert the taxes, of course, that way. It's only the profits, all right? I'm not a tax expert. I would recommend someone talking to a tax expert for all your tax information. Don't ask me, because I'm not no tax advisor whatsoever. So please don't hold me to that. But there's a lot of different ways you can sell stuff. And I don't think, if you really think the coin shop's ripping you off or the pawn shop's ripping you off, remember, it takes two to get ripped off. It takes two. If you accept the offer, then you accept the offer. Okay? It's not the coin shop trying to rip you off. All right? If you accept it, then the deal's accepted. It's an offer. Remember that. It's an offer. If you don't like the offer, just walk out the door. There's no need to get nasty with the coin shop staff or the owners or the pawn shop staff or the owners of the pawn shop. There's no need to get nasty. It's an offer. They may not have a need for that item that you're trying to sell. Or they really don't want it, but they're trying to help you out with a little bit of cash. Some people get mad at us. And I understand where people are coming from. I've tried to put my feet in their shoes on the other side of the counter. But when you got to decide how long you're going to sit this for, you put $50 here down on this coin. You put $100 down on this coin. You start putting down $100 on that coin, $50 on this coin, $80 on this coin. And there's just sit and sit and sit and sit. You got capital tied up in these coins that may sit for 6 months before they actually sell. We don't want to have it sit for 6 months. We want to be able to flip it in at least within 30 days. But sometimes you just don't know. So keep this all in mind when you're trying to sell to a coin shop or a pawn shop. It's an offer. Maybe you can ask the coin shop, or would you put it on a commission base? Do you have a little section where I can just do but you get 10% if you sell it for the price I want to? Maybe you can ask them that. Some coin shops will allow that to happen. Some coin shops won't allow that to happen. You gotta work sometimes and ask, because if you don't ask, you never know. Or maybe somebody who has an antique store has a case. Say, hey, look, can I put this in your case? If you happen to sell it, you take 10% of the sale. That will save you actually 5% from eBay's fees. See where I'm going with this, my friends? You got to think outside the box. Think outside the box. Maybe you got a lot of stuff you want to sell. Maybe it'd be worth it to you to put it in your little antique not farmer's market, but yard sale or flea market. Rent the case out there. Might be worth the $90, $100 a month if you are actually selling stuff out of it. It's a risk. Remember, maybe build your own business up that way. Maybe it'd be beneficial for someone to do that. I'm just giving people ideas. All right, I'm just giving people ideas. If you are in one of these places that has like an antique mall or an indoor flea market that has these glass cases, if someone else has coins, maybe talk to the person who has coins and say, are you doing all right with this? Because I'm thinking about doing the same thing. Talk to people. Get their opinion. Every area of the country is different. Keep that in mind. Price your stuff so it can move. This is not trying to tell you how to sell your stuff. All right, I'm just trying to help people because you're trying to get as much as this back as you can right now, and I understand it because that's what we use right now. Now, if you get into a position where someone gave you graded coins, you don't want them. Maybe someone's left you a bunch of graded coins because they passed on, and you think the coin shop's trying to rip you off. You have options to sell them yourself. Okay, I urge people to download the NGC app and the PCGS app on their cell phones. These apps, you just scan the barcodes on these apps. It'll let you know how much the coin is worth. Sometimes it won't, but it'll show you the picture of the coin that was graded. Then that'll be going to be that coin right there. So check out those two apps. They're free to download on Apple or Android phones. It's just trying to help this channel out to grow. Trying to help you folks, the viewers out there, to learn more about precious metals. And I don't get offended if someone says coin shops rip you off. Is people who say that don't really understand what we go through to make an offer. Do some coin shops lowball you? I'm not going to say no to that question. I'm sure. Check the ratings online. If they have a website, check their ratings. Be active. Know what you have. That's key. Right now, the graded market is a little bit down right now. Not going to sugarcoat it. But I'm not worried about it in the long run. Me personally, I'm not worried about it because I got most of my graded coins less than what silver is right now. Most. Not all, but most. But if you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me. I'm always here to help you folks out. We're going to keep you in the loop of what's going on with this precious metals market. Some days, it's easier than others. Sometimes, we sound like we changing our tunes. It's just that on that day, this is what's going on. One day I can tell you we got plenty of 90% silver in stock. The next day I'm telling you we don't have plenty. This is how fast this market moves. Nobody's trying to change your opinion. This market can change on a dime. No pun intended on that. But this market can change very quickly. For good or for better, sometimes worse. But we're going to be here through it all for you. Keep your eyes open for March of 2026, my friends. I'm going to put that out right out there, too. I always said March and September. March and September, those are the two biggest months I keep my eyes open for silver and gold. So I'm calling it right now. March could be a huge month for silver and gold. I called September right this past year, didn't I? We had a pretty good March of this past year. Trouble can brew in these 2 months. Look at the financial system. It's happened in the past. Remember 2011. It started in March. Well, 2008 or 2007. Started in March. We had more trouble brewing in September of 2008. It always seems to be March and September. Keep that in your minds. Keep your eyes out for March. Where do we go from the rest of this year? I think it's going to be a battle to get back to over 50, 55 or 54 for silver, but we will see how this month plays out. We got the holidays coming. Sometimes we have a pullback around the holidays for the precious metals. We got to keep eyes open for that. Not a guarantee it's going to happen. We're going to keep it on the watch for you folks. Thanks for watching. Crazy Coin Shop Chris is out.